When you are starting your business, one of the most common things is feeling like a fraud. Stick around because in this video, I'm going to give you some tools that help me to fight imposter syndrome. Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alejandro. I'm a brand designer from Centaur Studio, and in this channel, I share with you everything related to brand design. Let's begin. So one of these days, I was watching a video by one of my favorite content creators, and the title of the video kind of suggested that they were going to give like a formula or kind of a way on how you can actually, fight against imposter syndrome. But their approach really kind of, surprised me because what they were saying was basically you have just to learn how to, live with that and just embrace it and, befriend it and, just kind of accept it as just part of it and not do anything about it. And I don't think I can agree with I don't think I can agree to that because I checked myself and I don't remember the last time that I had that feeling, or that I at least gave in to that feeling of like being an imposter or something like that, feeling like I don't deserve the success, or that I'm just playing like a studio or anything like that. And so I kind of reverse engineer like how did I actually overcame that feeling or stop feeling like that. And what I found was that through having like great clarity by planning for success, then that really helped me a lot, because what I discovered is that because I'm planning the success, and when I'm finding the success, I feel like, okay, so this is supposed to happen. I don't feel like, oh my God, I don't deserve this, or I'm just a fraud or whatever, because I'm planning for this. And also because I have a clarity of that I'm in a process of, growing my business, growing my studio, then there are certain parts that, kind of make sense. At this point of this, for instance, at this point of this YouTube channel, we just have 51 subscribers last time I checked. And, I can feel like, oh my God, I'm just pretending to be a YouTuber because, come on, I just have 50 subscribers, like not 50,000, but 50 subscribers. And I could feel, like really, bad about that. I could feel like, yeah, I'm just pretending to be a YouTuber or whatever. But because I have the clarity of what is the part of the process where I am right now, then I can say, well, that's what happens when you start a YouTube channel. Like, for a long time, you don't have like subscribers, and you're in a phase of just creating content, uploading the content, and then kind of start discovering your style, just like learning how to do all this, and then you're supposed, to start growing. When I do my video, let's say 100 in this channel, I will say, all right, where are the followers? Is there something wrong or something like that? But so far it's not that case. I just have like 12 videos. Like, this is the video number 12 that I've done. The topic of today is how to deal with imposter syndrome while starting your own creative studio. So I wanted to give that emphasis because you might come from different backgrounds, or you might come from or you might be trying to do different things that might be generating to you imposter syndrome. And I don't pretend to say I have the formula on how to deal with this, or I don't say this is the only thing that you have to do. What I'm saying is that I did this while starting my own studio, and this worked for me. And if you happen to be creating in the process of creating you're in a studio, like transitioning from an independent professional or a freelancer to a studio where you have other people working with you, then this might help you. But also, like, if you're a freelancer and you might be struggling with this, there might be really good parts of this that might also help you. So yeah, take what you can take with this. And the first part that I want to share is, first of all, what is imposter syndrome? Because I'm just assuming that everybody, knows what is imposter syndrome. But according to Jill Kindell, I'm butchering that last name. She says that it is a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident success. So it's like you're being successful, but then you feel like you don't deserve that success. And you feel like, yeah, you're imposter because it's like somebody else should be having that success and not you. You don't deserve it. And so I think that is really bad because, you know, like you're fighting to get the success, and once you have it, you feel like you don't deserve it. So that's really a bad feeling to have, and that's why I was like against to you know, kind of befriend it or just kind of just accept it as part of life and whatever. I don't think you have to just accept it. I don't think it goes away. I don't think there's gonna be a part of your life that you never feel this feeling ever. But what I feel is like you can have tools to actually fight against it and overcome it, and, you know, have it under control, pretty much. So my experience with this is I want to touch on two specifics. So the first one is when I was starting to set up my business, I was not sure if I should brand myself as a freelancer or as a studio. And this is something that I have not seen talked about in any YouTube video that I have actually watched. So I was really confused. And so what I did is that I got the help of Michael Janda. I actually got a coaching session with him. He's the author of Burn Your Portfolio. He's a really, really good coach. And I asked him, hey, so should I brand as a studio or should I brand as a freelancer? Like, what should I do? And he told me, well, it really depends on what are your goals. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a freelancer all of your life, or do you want to be a studio owner? Do you want to have your own studio? And that really gave me a lot of clarity, because I was like, okay, right now it is just me and a friend that I have here that is kind of in charge of all the development part of the web design. He doesn't work for me, so he's not my employee, but he has his own business. But I can, hire him. We have been working since 2006, in a project basis. And so I know that in the moment that I need his help, he's there to help me. He's as well from Costa Rica. And there is other, freelancers that are really professional that I have been networking with, where I know that if I'm going to need more help with projects and stuff, I like their process, I can trust their quality, and then I can, rely projects to them. So I thought, that's kind of what I have right now at the moment. So I didn't feel like a studio. I didn't feel, like, yeah, can I brand myself as a studio or just as a freelancer that networks with other people? And in that, point of where he said, it depends on your plans, really clarify everything, because I really want to have a creative studio. My dream, my goal is to have a studio of 10 people max. Well, I'm not, like super strict on the number, but more or less 10 designers working with me, or, 10 people. So that's my goal. And so he said, well, if that's your goal, then yeah, you should brand yourself as a studio. And that clarity, and that's what I'm trying to say, is like that clarity gave me an anchor thought of fighting. So whenever in the future I kind of have that thought coming, like, yeah, but you're not a studio, you're just pretending to be a studio, then I have that anchor thought, well, yeah, I'm a studio, because that's exactly what I'm building. And so yeah, that clarity helped me a lot. And the other thing that I wanted to share is, one of these days I got like a really big client, and I told that to a friend, hey, I got this big client, and the project has been a huge success. And he told me, wow, you're so lucky. and I was like, okay, thank you, I guess. And we continued talking, but after that, I felt like, did I just get lucky? And the problem with that being just luck is that So how do I make sure that this keeps on happening? So is this going to be just a one-time thing? Do I deserve this success? So this time around, what I did is kind of creating an anchor thought, saying, all right, so what do you need to have a good client? So, to put it in very simple terms, it's like you have to, and of course, in my field, which is brand design. So of course, the first thing you have to do is have really good projects, create your portfolio, and make yourself visible in different ways. So I thought, yeah, I've been doing that. I've been, networking with different people. I've been, for instance, in the Future Pro group, like leaving comments, helping people, like, adding value as much as. So I've been doing those things. I have my portfolio up. I'm very proud of the work pieces that I have there. I've been promoting that portfolio. I've been doing my part. So because I understood that I cannot control the whole process, I cannot control the mind of this client, or I cannot control. There's a lot of variables that I cannot control. So I cannot, take the whole credit for me. But what I actually thought is I did my part. So the part that I had to do, I did it. And therefore, this is not luck and, purely luck. There is an element of luck, but this is not just luck. So that helps me understand, one, yes, I deserve it because I've been working towards this. And two, this is I can expect this, to keep on happening. And I think, having those anchor thoughts are really, really important. I think you really have to fact check your thoughts and really ask yourself, is that true? Like, this thought that I'm having is really true. Where is the argument? Where is the criteria that make this thought valuable or true? And also, I think that you have to create anchor thoughts. This I think is like, you have to create this, you have to come up with this, be ready to fight against those feelings. And to me, one of the best things to do this is with anchor thoughts, with really planning for success, and from that plan for success, creating anchor thoughts. And that's the way that you can actually fight the imposter syndrome, because you have solid arguments, solid criteria to say, yes, I deserve this. It's not just luck. And then that will help you not to be insecure in your skills as well. So how to deal with imposter syndrome. I'm going to talk about how to create a plan for success, but this is going to be specifically for a studio. So the examples that I'm going to give. And so I want to show you, like, step by step what I did that helped me have like this plan for success. But of course, this is going to be like an overall, like a general idea on how, you can do this type of things. It's not like you have to do exactly this. The general idea is you have to make a plan for success. And I'm just going to show you in a general sense, what is it that I did. So the first thing that I did was, have clarity of what is my goal. What are the things that I really want to accomplish? And in my case is having a studio of 10 people here in Costa Rica working full time. And so that clarity helps me to understand is like, where is it that I'm heading with this? Now, once I have that clear goal, it's just easy to have, this random goal going in your head and not, kind of execute it. And I think that for you to be able to execute a goal like this, a big goal, you need to divide it into different phases. So that's what I did. I divided, this big goal into different phases. So this is what you can do. You can have, like something huge, but you need to, divide it into different steps, different phases so that you understand how that process is going to look like. So in my case, this is what I did. So the first stage was defining my business model. This is like, okay, so how am I going to make money? What are going to be my services? Kind of how much I'm going to sell them for? What's going to be kind of my business model at the end, and to make sure that it is profitable. How much money do I need? per year to be, like comfortable and stuff, and how much is going to be my expenses and all that. So that is the part number one. The part number two is creating a brand strategy and a brand identity. So it is okay. So what is going to be the plan to influence a different perception, or a certain perception, and in the people, in the possible clients that I'm going to have. And the phase 3 is designing a portfolio website where you can actually showcase your work and start attracting different clients. And the phase 4 is creating a marketing strategy. So how am I going to reach to get new clients, make a lead generator, make a landing page, different things on how to actually do basically digital marketing. Now, phase number 5 is implementing the marketing strategy. So it's not all just making plans, but also executing them, which is really the best strategy. And then the phase 6 is creating systems that runs the business. What this is like, if you really have a business, is because you have systems, because you can be out of, like, you can subtract yourself from that business at some point. Let's say you go to vacations, or you go, you sell the business or whatever, and the business can't continue without you. So that's really important, that in order for the business to be able to run by itself, it has to have really cool systems. So I need to design that. And also the phase number 7 is to start, hiring those designers full time. So, and the phase number 8 is get an office and hire local designers. This is kind of, in very simplistic terms, what is my plan right now for achieving that goal. Now, clarify those phases. So for each phase, you need to ask yourself, okay, so what does it need to happen on each phase? So for instance, in the phase number 3 is having a website where I can show my work and the services that I can provide, start promoting that website into different platforms. So I'm sure that that's what I need to do in each phase. Now, another thing is, what is my plan to make this happen? So this is the what and the how. So in this case, I will design my website myself using Elementor, which is a really cool plugin from WordPress. And the other question would be, how should success look like during this phase? So let's say, okay, so success will be if I have, this amount of clients in this amount of time, or this amount of leads generated from the website in this amount of time, and so on and so forth. So I can kind of say how success is going to look like in every single phase. Once you have that clarity, you need to use that clarity as a weapon. How will generating anchor thoughts for self-doubt. So whenever you're like, but I'm not sure about my skills, I'm not sure I have what it takes, to do all this. You have to go back to say, okay, what is the part of the process where I am? And if you're unsure, let's say, about your marketing skills, there is going to be a phase where you're going to do marketing, and you say, okay, right now I know that I need to learn a lot about marketing, but that's okay, because that's part of the process, and that's a couple of months ahead, or that is 1 month ahead, or at some point I'm going to have this plan to learn that. And you can say, well, but I don't know how to make a website, let's say. And you can say, well, I have a plan to learn how to create a website once I'm in that phase, or I can, hire somebody to create a website. So whenever you have a plan, you can actually fight against those, imposter syndrome thoughts. And also very important that you plan for success, how success is going to look like, because then when success comes, you already know, okay, so this is part of the plan. I actually was working towards this. So it's not that you just got lucky and that's it. Always remember that luck is a little part of the equation. Of course, it's not just, you do something, then you get something, because there's a lot of variables that we can control. So we cannot, assure that 100% every time you send an email with a proposal, then you're going to have the client say yes. So there is a lot of variables that we cannot control, and there is a big element of luck that we always have in business. but it's just that. It's just a small percentage. Is an element of that. Is not that, oh, you definitely got lucky and all of this is just because luck. And so again, when you have anchor thoughts, you can actually fight against those type of thoughts, fact checking them. And the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys with is, you're not an imposter. You're not just somebody that is pretending to be a designer, pretending to be, a business owner. You are the real deal. So just if you're feeling that way, just go to clarify those plans, have, that structure, clarify how is that road, how does it look like each stage, and you're going to make those anchor thoughts. So whenever imposter syndrome comes, you have tools to fight it and you don't have to just embrace it. All right, guys, this was the video of the week. Thank you very much for watching. And if you like the video, please give it a like, share it if you want to, help somebody that might be dealing with imposter syndrome. And remember, never allow fear to steal your happiness. Bye.